sharing the truth one fact at a time. This is the Free America Radio Network.
Hey folks, this is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce for the 8th of July 2014. Yes, no live show today. Seems the weather has calmed down a bit, so I thought I'd do a podcast. So I want to identify a few things for clarification. And basically it is this. Sometimes I could be wrong, and that's fine. I mean, if I overlook something, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm wrong. It just means I overlook something. You know, so if someone were to say that I was wrong, I'm not. I just may have overlooked something. That's one. The other thing I want to clarify is the fact that, yes, I am very, very passionate about what I believe. Very passionate about freedom, very passionate about liberty in this country. I don't think we have it anymore. I think it's incrementally gotten to the point where we now live in a totalitarian system. And so we have to do our best to restore and rebuild, you know. And so I'm very passionate. So when I get angry, or when I get upset and I start yelling and telling people to get the hell out of the country, well, I mean it. It's just in the way that I do it kind of turns people off a little bit. So I'm very passionate about what I believe. Now, also, when you look at the situations that are going on with the border, when you look at the situations across the United States with humanity in general, you see a definite change of heart in several ways, but you also see that most people are stuck in the mud and stuck in their rut, and they're not getting out of that train of thought. So you see all that going on, and in general, I want to say that if people were to just sit down and learn about the other person, they probably wouldn't be so prejudiced. And unlike people like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton, you know, you got race baiters, you got, you know, racist people like that, you got racist people, you know, saying that using the I word, you know, illegal immigrant, is just as bad as using the N-word. Well, that's just one ignorant statement, and I bet there's more coming out of liberals like that all over the place. But to really drive home this point, it is important to understand that we all have a portion of us, of ourselves, individually, that we in some way, shape, or form feel that we're right all the time and everybody has to believe it. Well, when that type of person is met with the truth, with the facts, and they start seeing things, they get really defensive and they get really, you know, upset. I do. I fully admit the fact that I get defensive when people, you know, disagree with me. I do. Wouldn't you? Makes... You know, doesn't make your day when somebody disagrees with you, you know, and you're trying to show them what's going on. I mean, I consider this as a metaphor. I'm standing out on the road and it's raining like crazy, and I know for a fact that the bridge over the ravine is out, and I'm holding a big sign and trying to flag people down to tell them to stop driving down the road because the bridge is out. Well, people don't believe me because they don't believe the bridge is out, and they use the excuse, yeah, I've been down this road on worse nights like this, and the bridge is never out, you know, and then they go plummeting off into the ravine. You know, so I told you, the bridge is out. Nobody seems to care. But anyway, I do, and for those people that do care, I understand that they are very supportive and in agreement with most of the things that I say. Folks, it's incredibly odd at this point to, and probably I'd become redundant if I were to continue to talk about the fact that people disagree with me and all that. So I won't. I'm going to take a little break here, and I'm going to come back, and I'll talk on something else, and I'll give you some links that you can go take a look at and stuff, and we'll go from there. And this is just a mini podcast. It's not going to be long because I don't know if the power is going to go out or not. It's been raining like crazy here. I got thunder and lightning going on. So I don't know. I'm just taking a chance doing this. So if it does go off, I will come back and edit what I have and go from there. So this is a pre-recorded podcast, so please bear with me. And if you have any questions whatsoever, no question is off limits. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. Please email me at freeamericaradio@usa.com, freeamericaradio@usa.com. And folks, I shall return right after this brief message. The truth is out there. You just have to look for it. It is most often buried beneath what could be considered mainstream news. You're being fooled into thinking they have the answers. They don't. Come listen to The Views Expressed, Free America Radio, broadcasting live on Spreaker.com. The reality underneath the honesty. Brian Lang, LiveTruthRadio.com. Sharing the truth, one fact at a time. This is the Free America Radio Network. Hey, welcome. This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast for the 8th of July. It's a mini podcast. It's not going to be the full hour. 8th of July, 2014. And just want to point something out. Like within the last, first of all, within the last several years, you've never heard of any books being banned or any stores taking the books off the shelf for anything controversial. But listen to this. This is shared on 2016 Obama's America, also shared on Free America Radio on Facebook, but by Michael Williams. And he writes, "What a lame BS excuse. They have been telling people that the book wasn't selling, and even though it's number 3 on the New York Times bestsellers list. In fact, it is far outselling Hillary's new book, and they haven't banned that one on their shelves. Time to boycott Costco until they do the right thing and put the book back on the shelf at all of their warehouses." That would be D'Souza's book, America, Imagine the World Without Her. And, yeah. They're now banning books. They are now banning books, folks. Along with that, the UN is not only coming in and dealing with the water crisis and water bills in Detroit, but they're also dealing and going to be dealing with the border crisis in Southern California and along the border in New Mexico, Arizona, and Texas. My question to you is this: where the hell are all the patriots? I'm wondering, not to echo Cliven Bundy, but I'm wondering, how are we going to get through all of this? How are we going to, well, for instance, let me ask this. How are we going to take care of ourselves if we're all subjugated and owned by China, run by the UN under dictatorial rule? where all of our guns are taken, all of our ways of taking care of ourselves are taken, all of our home vegetable gardens are tore up. How are we? We are now edging very, very closely. Our feet are hanging over the edge, and we will fall, and we will be a third world country just like everyone else. Why is that? Why are we allowing that to happen? Why are we allowing this to happen? What are we going to do about that? I say we because it's our responsibility to take this country back and restore it and rebuild it. And oh, by the way, you Obamanites, Obamanoids, your Obamanation is falling apart. How do you like that one? Oh, and by the way, you're being screwed, blued, and tattooed like the rest of us. We have to look at the light at the end of the tunnel. If we don't, we're going to get derailed off the track. As a matter of fact, we already are, because there are so much disinformation out there on the state-run media side of things that we are being distracted. You ever watch a magician? You ever had the privilege of watching a magician right in front of you do their tricks? You still, to this day, don't know how it's done, do you? Somebody can explain it to you later on, and you're going, what? I never noticed that. Yes, you never did. You know why? Distraction. And that's basically what it is. We are being distracted on every level. We are being distracted because that is the plan. Overwhelm the system. The Mr. Bundy. The Cloward and Piven strategy. Go look them up. Cloward and Piven. Overwhelm the system. Push it to the brink of utter disaster. Then come in and take over. Because that's what's happening right now, folks. That is what's happening right now, and not a whole lot of people will, I'm just going to say it. Not a lot of people have the guts or the balls to stand up against this regime. I mean, not just yell, scream, jump up and down. That's all good. Protesting in your local communities is very, very good. But not a whole lot of people have the guts and the balls to stand up against this regime. Okay? It's apparent that we have a problem in this country. It's apparent that we have a massive overreach from the federal government, something that President Eisenhower warned about in his exit speech in 1961. But did anybody listen? No. Not one damn person understands their history. Not one person understands that if we don't do something now, we are not going to have a history. Our future generations are going to look back going, God, what a bunch of dumbasses. Couldn't they just get up and do something about this? Folks, let me give you some numbers. Of all the adults and all the able adults in America right now, there is over 200 million people right now. I'm just estimating. Could be less, could be more. 200 million Americans who are able-bodied, who can stand up, who can do something. And if they're going to push anywhere between 500,000 to 1 million more or more than that of illegal immigrants onto us through the borders by just pure and unadulterated force, and look at us and say, to hell with you, we're going to do this anyway. Well, guess what, people? We have to look at them and say, F you, we are going to take this country back. And if you don't have the balls to do it, if you don't have the guts to do it, if you don't have the stamina to do it, if you don't have what it takes, then there is a huge, huge problem. I have a lot of people tell me through emails and such, and I even ask myself this question too, as a self-analysis, self-evaluation, and say, am I being too harsh? Am I being too radical, too extreme? No. 3% of the colonists in 1774-75 had enough of King George. And when the British Empire decided to come take our guns, those 3% said, "Not in my backyard. You're not taking anything from us." And they stood up. And they gutted up. And they pulled their boots on. And they had the balls and the guts to stand up against the biggest army of that time and kick their ass. I believe we can do it now. I don't condone violence in any way, shape, or form, but I do support defense. And if anybody comes into your house that tries to take it over, you have the God-given right to protect yourself by any means necessary. I'm not calling for anyone to do anything except to find a peaceful solution to the current problems that we have. But when it comes down to it, and the government decides that you're not going to be part of the equation, and they want to erase you, then your God-given rights, your God-given rights take over. Our founding fathers prior to 1871 said it perfectly. So go back and read the Declaration of Independence and read the Constitution and the Bill of Rights of the United States for America. Constitution of the United States for America. I don't care what you think. I have never understood why people would ever look at me and say the things they say. And when I say I don't care what you think, what this means is because of your own preconceived ideas in your own little cookie-cutter world where you're deluded daily by the bullcrap from the state-run media. Whatever you spout off to me as being what you believe to be true with the facts, and I use that in air quotes, you are totally and absolutely wrong in every facet. And I say use the word you in a very general sense, but you people out there know who you are. I'm not the smartest man in the world, and I don't know all the answers, but I can tell you this. With my investigations and my research over the past 30-some-odd years, I can tell you right now that if you don't stand up on your own 2 feet and take care of you and your family by any means necessary, they're going to come along and cut you down like a blade of grass. You understand me? I hope so. I'm going to take a little break here. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, because I got more to tell you.
Shall we play a game?
Did you know that the first Matrix was designed to be a perfect human world where none suffered, where everyone would be happy? And it was a disaster. No one would accept the program. Entire crops were lost. Some believed that we lacked the programming language to describe your perfect world, but I believe that as a species, human beings define their reality through misery and suffering. So the perfect world was a dream that your primitive cerebrum kept trying to wake up from. Which is why the Matrix was redesigned to this, the peak of your civilization.
I am wondering, why are you here?
America Matters. Enthusiastically entertaining, educating, enlightening everyone everywhere, while including a unique mix of all forms of media, including the internet, with continual live streaming available for all their shows. Their website is www.americamatters.us. Listen to America Matters on 101.3 Renegade Radio, krng.streamon.fm, or 99.1 FM Talk Radio, weekends at 99.1fmtalk.com, or 12:30 a.m. at 1230kjfk.com.
You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. As long as the Matrix exists, the human race will never be free. What is the Matrix? Control. The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world, built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
No. I don't believe it. It's not possible.
I didn't say it would be easy, Neo. I just said it would be the truth.
I will not condone a course of action that will lead us to war.
A communications disruption can mean only one thing: invasion.
Hey, welcome back, folks. This is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce right here for the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast. I got a few more minutes. It's a mini podcast. Usually it's an hour. Usually my show, the Wayne S. Pierce Show, is on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. And it's 1 hour long. And sometimes during the week, I do 1 hour podcasts and upload it to the Wayne S. Pierce Show. That's what I do. But anyway, more about that later. You can email me at freeamericaradio@usa.com. freeamericaradio@usa.com. Who are we? That's an interesting question, isn't it? Who are we? Let's go to Free America Radio on Facebook. Let me give you a heads up of what's coming up on the Views Express Live tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And here's something from Tom Sullivan, who works over at Fox News, Fox Radio, or foxnewsradio.com. He said it was all planned. Feds bought buses in January in preparation for influx of illegal children. They use that the word children all the time to get pull on your heartstrings. And of course, Representative Bridenstine's was stopped at one of the facilities. He's a congressman. The Department of Homeland Security stopped him from coming in and checking on the people at one of the facilities. He's a congressman. And you see what's happening, folks? You see what's happening? Pro-ISIS rally calls for massacre of Jews in downtown USA, but guess where it happened? It's from theblaze.com. Yeah, you never guess where it happened. The Jewish Telegraphic Agency reported that demonstrators shouting menacing slogans gathered in Schilderwijk, one of the largest migrant neighborhoods in the Netherlands, has been described in the local media as the Dutch Sharia Triangle. The crowd is heard on the video shouting in Arabic, "Jews, remember Khaybar, the army of Muhammad is returning." Khaybar refers to the Battle of 629 in which Muslims massacred Jews and later expelled them from the Arabian Peninsula town. The historical event often invoked by anti-Israel protesters. European officials have voiced alarm at the large number of Muslim youths raised in the West who have disappeared to Syria, where they gain terrorist training and pose a potential future threat to the European home front. Yeah. Ask Vlad Tepes, better known as Vlad Dracul, what the Muslims did to him. You don't know Vlad Dracul? Bram Stoker's protagonist, if you will, I think that's the right word, in his book Dracula. It was based upon his life, but it was also based on information that Bram Stoker got from lore and information and travels through Europe, through China, when he wrote the book Dracula. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but I'll say it again, and I'm going to say it until I don't have to say it anymore. Wake the hell up. Your country is being invaded, and you're sitting there too damn worried about how the relationship between Kanye West and Kim Kardashian are going. You're too concerned about who's going to win the next dancing competition or whatever. No, folks, wake up. I don't know. This is a mini podcast. I can go on and on and on, but I won't. We've got a border crisis. It's not a crisis anymore. We've been invaded. Mexico has invaded us. Mexico has declared war on the United States of America. And the Department of Homeland Security and this president is opening the borders and letting them in. What are you going to do about it? It may not be an actual declaration of war, but I guarantee you it is more. The symbolism is there, folks. The symbolism is there. We can go every single direction on this one. But you guys are going to have to wake your asses up and figure out what's going on in your own life and take care of situations surrounding you. I can only give you the map and show you where you are. You're the one that's going to have to plan the trip. You know what I'm saying? Folks, I'm going to get out of here before I get pissed and go another half hour with just complete rants. Email me, freeamericaradio@usa.com. freeamericaradio@usa.com. Go to thewaynespearceshow.weebly.com to check out other shows as well, or just go to Free America Radio Network on Spreaker and check out what I got there. Also, come join me on the Views Express tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on the Free America Radio Network, and also listen to a rebroadcast on livetruthradio.com with your host Brian Lang over there with his show, Live Truth Radio. So, yes, I will talk to you tomorrow on the Views Express Live, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, freeamericaradio.us.